And the UFO endings actually do have their own continuity to them, which I always like to think that those were the real endings to the games. This is the one game that had the dog ending. And that ending's a lot of fun, too. And I do need to go to the first floor because I have the examination room key. Alrighty, examination room. And you'll notice, I mean, after you kind of kill the enemies, that they really don't ever come back. So, if you've got the ammo, you can kind of clear the room. But normally, I would say save it. Don't waste too much ammo doing things. Unfortunately, I can't get the UFO ending. It was only on the Director's Cut / Greatest Hits version and the Xbox version, which was titled Restless Dreams. 7335. That is the code we need to unlock the door. I actually enjoy the doors being broken. That just means one room I don't have to explore. But if you're playing Silent Hill, you damn well better be ready to hear the lock is broken, the door won't open, it's locked from the other side. Yeah, it looks like the lock is broken, I can't open it. After a while, you don't even bother reading it, you're just like, okay, next. In this game, Silent Hill 2 is one of the games where the one thing I have liked about the Silent Hill series is that they're not afraid. They don't always take themselves so seriously. The UFO ending is obviously a joke, but in this game they actually started to add things that just were a little wacky. 3 has tons of that stuff, and I really do enjoy it. Was it this room that I need to use the key? So one of the things that comes up later is actually an odd key. It's one of the things I wish they would fix in these games. But not too big a deal. And this one does have the keypad, and because I don't remember it, do have a memo file. Imprint, no. And these numbers do change. 7335. Come on. There we are. Yep, Silent Hill 3 does have the sewer ferry, which is probably one of my favorite parts of that game. I look forward to doing a lot of that stuff. This game does have a game show, which is pretty funny. You can actually get some decent items from it. I actually got very lucky the very first time I beat. One of the most powerful weapons in the game is actually the stun gun, and I ran out of ammo fighting the last boss, and I used it, and I only had one little, battery pack for it. I'll wait. But I shocked the boss, killed it, and got a shit ton of items because I beat it with a melee weapon.
James. Wait a minute. I'm kind of tired. It's just a hangover.
You should rest.
So comfy.
Ugh, I wouldn't want to lay on that.
I'm gonna go look for her. For Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Don't forget the key. We have passed a lot of the main parts with Pyramid Head, but he does show up a couple more times. Excuse me, the Red Pyramid thing, as James calls it. Caught reloading, still walking forward. And that music kicks up when there's enemies, you'll notice. So I swear sometimes the radio doesn't just play static, it actually kicks up to some weird German industrial rock station. And this little thing right here is a puzzle, but it's not too bad. There's a lot of keys that you find. You notice that one of those keys pretty much eliminated most of the locks. This one actually unlocks the box itself. And there are 2 keys that you need to actually type in, and I do have one of them on hand. Hell yeah, dude. I used to listen to Rammstein a whole bunch when I was younger. And actually, let me look at that memo again. And this was the carbon copy. What I do like is, for some reason, when you click on these, it actually takes the image back to where you were, 2791. Which I believe is this one. There we go. And the last one you actually get on the roof, which I do remember. Yes, I did do the coin puzzle in the apartments. Yeah, that one when I was younger used to take me so long to do. That one used to frustrate the hell out of me. But play Silent Hill 3. I'm serious. Play Silent Hill 3 on max puzzle mode. You will be challenged. Which is one of the things I really did appreciate about the game. And I don't know what this green crap is, but there's actually an item in there that I need to fish out, but I can't do that just yet. Just wanted to make sure I knew where that room was. And we need to actually go to the roof right now, since I got that key. Wait, Damon, Rammstein did a Barbie Girl cover? I have to listen to that. And this section right here where you can actually, it's not the exact same section, but in Silent Hill 3, like I was saying, you know, it says the metal net is rusty and falling apart. It looks like if I push it hard, I could move it away. In Silent Hill 3, you actually do come up to a gate on a roof, and when you check it, if you have that save data, she'll actually say that the gate looks like it's ready to fall, or something to that effect. And so this guy right here, reading that diary does influence one of the endings. And I'm actually waiting. Where is it? There we go. Pyramid Head's like, I'm gonna get you. And James is like, no. What's interesting about that little scene right there is when Pyramid Head hits you, it actually does do damage. You'll notice that, you know, it's red and flickering. So you do take damage from that. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, but you know, if you're playing the game with any decent amount of skill, you don't have to worry too much. And this is actually the last code that you need for, and it's very hard for me to read these numbers, but it looks like 9918. but they don't actually tell you that, so that's okay. That's exactly why we came down here. And there's no other reason to actually do anything in these rooms, and I don't even think I can go into them, so let's check. Yeah. And now we actually need to go back to that one room, which I do believe we're right there. And checking on Maria while she's in here will actually influence one of the endings that you can get. So, I actually don't care for that ending very much, so... I believe it was 9918. Let's find out. Cool. So this guy has like 4 or 5 locks for some hair. Gotta love it. And now we can go into this this room here. Something that's a little odd is I actually don't remember in any other game you having the combine command. But you do have it in this game. Alright, good stuff. Let's check the map here. Alright. Another new area to explore. Damn camera. Alright. If it does have combined, I honestly don't remember because it's been years since I've played that game. But I do know in the first game there is no combine command, so. And it does not appear there is anything else in this room.
Laura?
Huh? You know my name?
Eddie told me.
That big fat blabbermouth.
How do you know about Mary?
What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No, I won't.
I was friends with Mary. We met at the hospital. It was last year.
You liar! Laura, Fine,
don't believe me.
But last year. Mary was already... I'm sorry, Laura. Anyway, let's go. We can talk about this later. This is no place for a kid. There are all sorts of strange things around here. I can't believe you haven't even gotten a scratch on you.
Why should I? Wait, there's something I gotta get.
Later, okay?
But it's really important.
What is it?
A letter from Mary.
Huh?
I wanna go get it, is that okay?
Yes, yes.
Come on, hurry up.
Is it in there?
Yeah, in the back.
What are you doing, Laura?
It's further back, in the desk.
Laura! What are you doing?
Ha ha, I tricked you.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Huh? Do ya? What's the magic word?
Laura?
Okay, I guess it won't open it. I think I'll just leave you like this.
You snotty little brat! Open up!
Why, you...
Laura?
You cut me!
And now we have our new enemy. So let's actually make sure we're loaded. These enemies aren't too bad. Their name is called Flesh Lips. So they do have these odd, luscious lips about them. Again, the sexualization of the enemies. Really interesting stuff. And so they're kind of bound. It's interesting that, I mean, I wouldn't really know what to call these things, like what exactly they're being, but it almost looks like a bed. Take that, luscious lips laying in a bed. Oops, got caught with it. So, just interesting stuff like that. You don't encounter these enemies too often. This is an interesting little trick right here that I figured out last time I was playing. This enemy actually can't reach you because of the way this one dies. God, that's some weird fucking shit right there. you'll notice everything is extraordinarily decayed at this point. Why don't I go ahead and save it? There doesn't seem to be a point in these, in this game at least, because you remember in the first one, the siren would go off or he would black out and things would change around him. That really doesn't seem to happen in this game. I mean, obviously the siren went off, but you didn't physically see anything kind of morph around him. But obviously we're in, you know, that darker version of Silent Hill at this point. As far as me not using the shotgun is concerned, on that boss fight, I accidentally left on ×3 ammo. So, you know, yeah. I'm not really going for any challenges here, though, so whatever. Doesn't really bother me that much. So I'm just going to spam away, but as I said before, you know, you usually would want to try to ration your ammo a bit better. Yeah, Silent Hill did bring back the weird morphing. I remember there's some really weird shit in that game. Especially, I remember there was a scene where you're actually looking in a mirror and like you see yourself. And it just gets pretty nasty. Pretty interesting stuff. The enemies don't, you know, they still drop the same, you know, even though we're in the dark world. You know, they're not stronger or anything like that, like in one, you know, fighting a dog in that game. Like the dark world was a little bit more difficult than fighting him in normal Silent Hill, if Silent Hill ever has a normal. And try some battery. There we go. That battery, yeah, fuck those dogs in one. I actually really hated a lot of the enemies in that game. Yeah, that's it. I hated all of them, like the pterodactyls that would fly around. And they'd fly around and kind of peck at your head or kind of kick at you. Or those weird monkey kind of creatures that would jump around and land on top of you and start chewing on your face. You know what? Let's have a little fun. Last time I played this game, I actually hardly even used the shotgun. But whatever. Yeah, see, like I accidentally left it on. Now I have 420 shots. It's ridiculous. The game is a lot more challenging than that, I promise. Fuck the sewers in Silent Hill 1. I'm so serious. Green enemies, man. Everybody in the stream, that all my regulars know, green enemies cause me a lot of trouble. Whether it's hunters or those fucking things in the sewers in 1. Locked door, locked door, locked door. I do believe this one opens, though. Yeah, and every time I play 1, I don't bother to... and you can't open this by yourself, but... yeah, there's no reason to waste your ammo while you're running around in the first game. Sometimes, though, that's a little... Things can get really hectic, especially when you're running to the lighthouse. There's fucking like 3 different types of enemies running around at all times. So obviously you need more than one person to open this, which the only other person who can help you is Maria. Let's go hit that elevator back up. Although the lighthouse was worth it when you hit up that alien ending, man. And just like one, while you're running around in the outside in this game, there's no reason to fight anything at all. To save your ammo, I mean, I could kill fucking everything out there and I still wouldn't use up half the ammo I have. Pipes they're carrying. There we go, an ampule. And this door right here, it's kind of hard to see. You actually need some items to open that door up. The little string of doors right there perfectly personifies Silent Hill. Locked door, locked door, locked door. Oh, here's one. I know I said it once already, but thanks for watching the stream, guys. I do appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing this. A lot of you guys might enjoy these games too. She went down real quick. Yeah, I absolutely love the soundtrack. It's good stuff. Back at the little bulged. Okay. No doors over here. Actually, didn't really even need to kill her, but whatever. We'll be coming back to this room in a little bit. No, this is I'm actually playing this my PS2 copy on my PlayStation 3. My fat PlayStation 3. Grief. If I don't know how good the FPS is, but it may be due to my HD PVR. That's actually that's how I'm streaming actually. Oh, I'll wait.
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I just...
Then stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me. So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but she ran away.
We've got to find her.
That bitch is crazy, man.
You really seem to care about her. Do you know her?
I've never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone. And for some reason, I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
Why don't you protect her by going in this little hole right here and dying? God. Alright, copper ring. And now that we have Maria, we can open the fridge. Like I was saying, I stream using my PS3. I do have to use my... I'm trying to think of its composite or component cables. It doesn't work off my my HDMI cable, but I do have an HD PVR, and I use that to capture the video. And the video actually looks better on my PC than it does on my TV. So what you guys are seeing actually looks better. So. It's actually really simple to use. It's just you have to you do have to shell out a little dough for it, but it was worth it for me. I really do enjoy doing this. So. She's like, I was almost killed back there. I'm like, by what, man? I fucking shot everything in these damn hallways. Have a good night, Mantis, man. I appreciate you watching the stream. And I do not remember what floor that was on. Let's try 1.
Correctly and receive the punishment. All begin. And our lucky, or should I say unlucky challenger today is James. James Sunderland! You ready to play trick or treat? Okay, here's your first question. Merry-go-round, haunted house, roller coaster, Ferris wheel, and teacup. Silent Hill is home to a thrilling amusement park that both children and adults love. The question is, what is the name of this amusement park? 1. Fantasyland. 2. Silent Hill Amusement Park. 3. Lakeside Amusement Park. Okay, quickly on to question number 2. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood, and finally... What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. What was the name of the murderer who committed this vile act? 1. Walter Sullivan. 2. Scott Fairbanks. 3. Eric Gay. Now for our third and final question. south of the lake is a deserted old neighborhood called South Vale. From there to Pale Vale, the central resort area northwest of the lake, there's only one road you can take. Just one road, no more. The third and final question is, what is the name of that road? 1. Bachman Road. 2. Brindell Street. 3. Nathan Avenue. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? When you know the answers, head to the storeroom on the 3rd floor to collect your prizes. But be careful if you're wrong. Well then, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you again sometime. Bye-bye.
What was that?
That's one of the things I love about this game. It's probably one of my favorite parts. It's just this random fucking game show in the middle of the goddamn the elevator ride. And those answers actually never do change. And there actually is. You know what? Let me just go there. There was a. I actually went to that room already. And when you go back in, yes, the answers are 3, 1, and 3. So it is. What is that? Lakeside Amusement Park, Walter Sullivan, and Nathan Avenue. But the way it's set up, it's actually the dog. The dog's controlling it all. First time I did it, I actually thought it was Bachman Road, but it's Nathan. Here's the storeroom. If you answer the questions incorrect, you are it kind of sprays some crap on you, and you get taken down to danger, and you cannot redo the questions. If you do answer them correctly, now you'll notice, like, you look at this, you're like, well, what the hell? But it's 3, 1. There we go. And inside, you get a shit ton of ammo. Shotgun, 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 ammo, ammo. Good stuff. Bonus thing, you do not have to do it, but it is a lot of fun. So that's just something fun you can do. And now that I think about it, examination room 4, I think it's locked anyways. Yeah. But again, that's just a lot of fun. Again, I really do enjoy just weird shit like that happens in these games. And this should be the right area. There we go.
You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help? What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James. You take it.
Thanks.
Alright, got the ring. In order to actually answer those questions, you can figure out the second one actually by reading a note that's actually in the apartments, and the other two, if you've played the first game, you can figure those out. If I'm not mistaken, you can answer the third one by looking at your map. I'm not too sure. I doubt it, though, because I think Bachman Road is only listed in the first game. So if you played the first game, you should be able to answer them. Oops, 3rd floor. those 2 rings actually go on this door right here. No, I don't think it ever really does explain that why he kills those kids, but when I play The Room, I mean, that dude's fucking crazy. So, not that fucking half this cast isn't crazy, but... And like I said, you're able to take actions before the screen really loads. So, that's why I was able to open the door before they really ever showed it. And we are now going to get to kind of a strange point in the game if you really don't know what's going to happen. Kind of a Mario 64 staircase right here. I actually don't enjoy the way this camera works because it's hard to tell where the hell you need to go. It's very hard to tell. There's actually Pyramid Head behind us. See it right there real quick. I enjoy the music right here.
Open up!
Yes, I do have Silent Hill 3. Try not, no spoilers, I'm just warning. But yeah, Maria has died here, so pretty fucked up. Yes, next Saturday is going to be Silent Hill 3. Yep, I sure do stream every Saturday at 9 o'clock Central Time. So I really do enjoy this really kind of sad, solemn music they play. It's good stuff. Thank you, Damon. I actually need to get that key. Which room is it? Yeah, like Damon said, you do get emails if you're following my channel, which if you guys haven't, I would appreciate the follows. Good stuff. That's a good a little note right there. Kind of sums up a lot about what's going on in this game. Text would be nice. That would be nice of the game to do that. So now they give you a couple of locations to go to, and they really don't tell you the order, but you actually do want to go get the wrench first. You're following and you don't get emails. Okay, I'll have to see if I can work on that after the stream is done. Yeah, I really do enjoy some of the stuff that's in this game. You know, and every time something happens, you notice he said, "Is this your way of?" And he kind of just left it blank. You know, you're getting more information about James as you go along. There's so much character development regarding him in this game. It's ridiculous. I do know all of the endings. I'm not entirely sure how to get them all. I do know how to get most of them. As far as the alien ending is concerned, I don't know how to get that one because it had it. And now you'll notice that the nurses are out here in the middle of the street now. Again, you don't need to waste any ammo trying to fight them. It's pointless. And this is one of the parts in the game where a lot of people can get very frustrated. Because you know where to go, but this is one of those sections where you're like, okay, well, all these roads are blocked. You know, where the hell am I supposed to go? I'll be more than happy to do that for you. A lot of things that will split the endings happens in the... I don't want to say that there's one single thing that will affect an ending, but there are opportunities in certain sections. When Maria is in the hospital, when she lays down on the bed, one of the endings you can get actually involves Maria, and depending on how many times you check on her, if you check on her often while she's there, that will influence the ending. When she's with you, if you bump into her a lot, that can influence an ending one way. How you keep your health will influence endings. Specific items in your inventory will actually, if you check them, will actually influence your ending. So there's actually this knife that we took from Angela as she lay down on the ground holding it, contemplating suicide. So you can actually examine that. And there's a picture of your wife, which you can examine. And because I'm a nice guy, I'm gonna read the note and check her picture every so often, which does influence the ending also. So yeah, there's a good chunk of things that will influence the endings. And there may be more, so maybe one of you guys in the chat knows more than I do, and I would appreciate any extra knowledge. These enemies on the ground, or underneath the ground, you can kind of see them very quickly. You can just run past them. I believe actually have their name written down. Mandarins. And they actually, I don't know if it's exactly the same model, but they do show up in Silent Hill 3, but they are walking above ground. And anyone who's played that one, you know they kind of, these giant arms, and they're kind of walking around. Everything looks kind of freaky. So, you can actually go inside this trailer. I was trying to find this trailer earlier. But let's go on here real quick. Yeah, this is Memo here at the Barnelas. You don't actually have to go there. But, you know what, let me just save it. Just because. But the general idea behind those Mandarin enemies is that they're supposed to represent, like, overwhelming, like, anguish or something to that effect, so they're not allowed to walk above ground. I really don't know much about those enemies. They're really not that important because, I mean, they're never really a threat. I mean, if you stand around, they'll kind of poke at you with something that kind of comes out of their arms. But other than that, they're pretty forgetful enemies. You actually don't need to go to Barnelas. I actually will, though, for you guys. Let me go there. You can actually go there almost immediately when you start the game. And there's actually a note that's in there. The note actually may change at this point in the game when we go there. And I believe the note on the wall says something to the effect of, there was a hole here at one time, but now it's gone. And that's all it says. And you really are like, what the fuck does that mean? Let me see if I can go there now. Yeah, the dual-headed baby monster that would actually point at you before it would charge you. Let's see. Let's see if we can go here. Oh yeah, there it is. There was a hole here. It's gone now. If you really want to see Mary, you should just die. But you might be heading to a different place than Mary, James. Sorry, I know I'm reading that like a fifth grader. It's hard for me to see it. My TV's kind of far away from me. But, you know, nothing too fantastic in there. Just some interesting stuff, you know. Things to kind of fuck with you. You know, again, everything's trying to be very cerebral. I think you should play... Now, you're talking about The Room, right? Is that the one you're meaning? I think you should play it because it's the last one that Team Silent did. If I'm not mistaken, it actually was not supposed to be a Silent Hill game originally. It was actually something else, and then they decided it would sell better if they slapped, you know, the title Silent Hill on it. But it's definitely different. It's interesting. I did not enjoy it personally, but I think you should give it a shot if you haven't played it. You know, if you like it, then thumbs up. I would be glad to hear that somebody liked that game. That game gave me so many headaches. And we are actually trying to find a wrench right now. And this, you notice that this kind of looks like some of the areas in Silent Hill 1 where you're running around in some of the neighborhoods and things. So I always did enjoy that. So we have a wrench. And what is this note right here? This tells you to go to the park. Okay. Fortunately, there's no samurai swords in any of these houses. So we actually need to go. I do believe. Do we need to go all the way back? I do believe we need to. So now we have to run all the way back. Which again, you know, it can be kind of frustrating. And like I said, you know, there's that invisible stamina bar. So, you know, James will sprint for a little bit and then he starts kind of just a brisk jog down, you know, monster-filled Silent Hill Road. And, you know, like I said before, you really don't have time to stop and let James take a breather. And also, I think one of the reasons why I didn't really like The Room too much is after coming, you know, right after playing 3 had so much as far as, like, extras were concerned. You really didn't have too many endings. If I'm not mistaken, there's, like, 3 endings, 4, including one of the best UFO endings ever, which I will be showing on the stream. There's no way in hell I'm not playing that game and not getting that UFO ending. When you play The Room, there really isn't too much as far as extras. I don't think there's really hardly any extra costumes, anything like that. But, you know, I do need to play it again. I honestly don't believe I understood the story too well. But I'm trying not to give anything away from what I do remember. But that'll be interesting to visit again. So, like I said, those ones, they're pretty forgetful. You're just like, yeah, whatever. They show up one more time. After this portion of the game. Don't bother wasting your ammo, obviously. So now we're trying to get to the park again. Yeah, great. So, I made the wrong decision. I don't need to come back here. So I have to go all the way back. So these are some of the things that can get kind of frustrating when people playing this game. Not that it's a big deal, it's just time-consuming. But you'll notice some of the main enemies in this game, I mean, there's the nurses, you know, the mannequins, the laying figures. I mean, there really aren't that many enemies in this game. I think you can count the enemy collection in this game on both your hands. And a lot of them, I don't want to say that they're forgetful, but you really are just kind of like, oh, okay. There's one enemy in particular that I think is more influenced by another character in the game. We won't run into him just yet. The enemy, that is. There were, yeah. One of the things, I think my biggest problem with, I keep sitting here bashing on the room, but, oh, there's an item right there. But one of the problems I have with that game is that they forced the combat system on you. And what I mean by that, and I'll show you guys what I mean, is that if there are enemies near you and you run away from them, the enemies will literally speed up to catch up to you in order to force you to fight them. You can't escape enemies that easily, other than like ghosts and things. But like there's some dog enemies in the game, but like you run away from them and their animations will speed up and they'll run faster and they'll catch up to you, and it's just like, what the fuck? It's like, come on, like I really don't want to fight these enemies, and then sometimes you have to. And I've never liked not having the choice. And you'll notice that it's kind of hard to tell, but this is another corpse who is using the James model. And that's not like the limitations of memory, they're doing that on purpose. And again, we're just trying to make our way to the park. The door that wakes in darkness, opening into nightmares. Yeah, this door is actually not here until you get to this section. And I can't believe I did not... let me see here. I did not remember that section. I really enjoy Jacob's Ladder. That's one of my... I need to watch that movie again. That and that movie Fire in the Sky, where that dude gets abducted by aliens. If anybody remembers that movie. I think it has Robert Patrick, the guy who played the T-1000 in it. And we just need to make our way to that little red circle right there. See, parts like this in this game just feel like filler to me. Not that there's anything wrong with them. There are a lot of items just kind of floating around here, so if you're having to kind of explore, you can come out with some stuff. Some decent items. Here we go. this is where we need to use the wrench. And if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a way to, you can kind of glitch the game out, and you can get the wrench early, and you can actually get fairly far in the game without Maria dying, and you can actually follow, she can have her follow you around, which makes things really weird. And we need to turn our asses around. That's something interesting that I didn't mention. When you pick up items in this game, it actually doesn't freeze the game at all, so enemies that are coming in will still keep coming. And this is the point in the game where you actually rubber band the analog stick forward and then just hold the run button, because you run for a very, very long time. Literally going to run all the way to the Historical Society. And if you guys haven't noticed, I mean, a lot of the things that are happening in this game, obviously, you know, are related to James and his subconscious. You know, I'm talking about, you know, the enemies being like his repressed sexual desires, or, you know, his feelings towards certain people, you know, things like that. And when you get into this Historical Society, you start running into some interesting elements. I'm sure what does that when I get there finally after running for an hour and a half. I'm always open. Wow, I got whacked. I'm always open to suggestions on the stream, as far as like what to stream or anything like that. I mean, I'm just gonna stick to my schedule for now because those are the games I do own at the moment, but you know, I've got plenty of time and cash to waste on buying games for the stream. And I didn't want to announce anything just yet, but I do have, I did get my Japanese copy of Biohazard Director's Cut DualShock Edition, which comes with the demo disc, Biohazard Complete, which does have Resident Evil 1.5 on it. So for any of my regulars that heard me talk about that constantly, I did get it. I had to go through customs, and I guess the customs agent seeing a Biohazard, you know, logo, they didn't really like that too much. But I do have it, and as soon as I get a, whoops, let me press the map. As soon as I get a PlayStation that can play it for me, I ran way past it. I will be sure to play that for you guys. So. I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun, so you guys get to see pre-Resident Evil 2 stuff. But this isn't about Resident Evil. There we go. Let's go ahead and save it again. When you beat these games, you're actually graded on a, I guess you call it a star system, and depending on what you do or how you do certain things, you know, you get more stars and you get better rewards. This picture right here is actually the background on the PC that I'm using to stream actually right now. But you'll notice a lot of people that are hanging in those weird cube things, kind of like the Flesh Lips monsters, and you know, we have Pyramid Head. So interesting stuff. Oops. Obsidian Goblet is actually something else for the one of the secret endings you can get. I've missed a lot of those. There's 2 items you need, but I missed them. Here's another Mario 64 staircase. And you'll notice the further down I go, the more these sounds kind of pick up. So, there are a lot of... this is actually the area where... and I know this sounds really odd for me to say. This is where a lot of strange things start to happen beyond what we've seen. And that long staircase, and there's going to be a couple things here that you're just kind of like, okay, whatever, but... but handgun bullets. But yeah, there's some more interesting things in here, and this is where I'm going to be able to discuss about the other characters, which will be nice. And here we go. Now you'll notice that there's just a big ass fucking hole in the middle of the floor, and now we were going to jump into it. Now what this is, you will do this a couple times in succession here, and the further down you go, the more symbolic things start to get. So almost literally what we're doing is we are jumping further into James's subconscious. And this part, actually, if you're not very familiar with this game, will be excessively frustrating for you because you won't know what to do. And so what you want to do is take out your little stick here. There we go. I got lucky, but you just want to kind of walk around with, you know, if you have a pipe or whatever, just kind of keep swinging it. You know, and then I don't know how this little wooden stick was able to knock down this whole, you know, brick wall, but that's what you need to do right there, just to kind of give you a kind of a hint as to what you should be doing. And the mind, in my opinion, when I think of how the mind is, I don't think of it as a straightforward path. I imagine it to be kind of like a labyrinth, and I think that this game does a very good job of representing that, because you're just kind of running around and you don't know where the hell you're going, and so you know, you just kind of get further and further down into a lot of things. Okay, now this is an interesting part right here. Now you notice we're in this stupid room, and there's actually a spiral key on the floor here. And you'll notice that your light goes out. Not a big deal. Now, remember that battery that we picked up? Go ahead, you know, change that, and there will now be tons of bugs everywhere. Very irritating. There's actually a key panel right here. And you'll notice that there are 3 lights that are lit up. Now, there are no hints as to how to do this puzzle. You literally have to try different combinations of these 3 numbers. Sometimes 2 numbers will only be lit up, and what that means is one of the numbers will be used twice. So, and you have to seriously just keep sitting here and doing this over and over again. And again, there's only so many combinations you can do. There we go. Got lucky. And that's what that is. There's no strategy for that. And it's different every single time. So. And we'll go ahead and use that key we just got. And again, another pit. As I said before, man, we're getting deeper and deeper. I have watched the Silent Hill film. I'll finish after this scene here.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow.
You killed him?
But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
Oh yeah? Why not? Till now I always let people walk all over me. Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming too.
Eddie?
I was just joking, James. He was dead when I got here, honest. Anyway, I gotta run.
You're going out there alone?
Yeah.
Eddie?
Despite how goofy the voices are, for some reason I always enjoyed the way he says yeah when he's leaving. It's like, are you leaving? Yeah. So, Eddie's character is very simple. I mean, obviously he has a problem with being made fun of. And that's pretty much how his character works, you know. He's going around and he's killing people. I guess if they are people. You know, those poor bastards' heads all over the middle of this fucking table. So. What's interesting in the dog ending, when the credits are playing, there's actually a song that's kind of sung by a dog. There's just a lot of barking and things. And when they get to Eddie's picture, the dog actually growls. So it's kind of thought that the dog that's in the dog ending is actually the one that Eddie killed. You notice now that we're actually in a prison. So again, it's not just, okay, now let's have a prison level. You remember, we're inside James's head right now. So you have to kind of keep that in mind as we go further and further into all this. And as far as the Silent Hill film was concerned, I did not enjoy it. I'm actually, when I finally get my damn website up, I actually have some notes from the film. I watched it not too long ago. And I plan to do some kind of a video review on it. I figured it would be appropriate, since this and Resident Evil, you know, they're some of my favorite games. We are in James's mind right now. I don't know if you saw me jumping into all these different pits. But we're inside James's subconscious. Now, granted, they don't tell you that straight out. You know, that's kind of the things that you need to infer from watching or playing. And that's a lot of the reason why some people don't really understand what the hell's going on in these games. It's not that they're not smart enough, it's just that you really have to kind of sit down and analyze what the hell is going on. This is true. Sure is. I knew that was coming, and it still made me jump. That's actually one of the few shock moments they have in the game. It's just a fun little thing. And unfortunately, I can't stick my hand in any more toilets. There is a save thing right there. So one of the easiest ways to do things is to, when you're in a big area like this prison, just break down the sections of the map, one at a time. Now, the way I like to do this is break it down into quadrants. So I'm doing the upper left section first right now. So, and it's not too bad. It works for me. Do what works for you. If you know exactly where you're going, hey, thumbs up. So, let's, okay, and this little portion right here is the way out, what I'm standing on right now. And let's just be sure. Check all the doors. Never hurts. It's like a weird reception area. Okay. Thank you, Damon, for clearing the chat. Yes, please, no spoilers. I would appreciate that. Granted, I can't show every ending right now, but... Snape kills Dumbledore. Guys are jackasses. Oof! Wow. Hey, Damon, how many of those not Silent Hill, those Resident Evil movies did we both sit through? Good God. I apologize to anybody that I fucking hated those movies with a passion. Still do. And the first one's only decent by comparison. Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, well. It's like, well, what would you rather have? A pile of shit or a pile of shit with sprinkles on it? Again, this is one of these sections where I would like to see what's in front of me because of that. Oh well. Not a big deal. Some weird sections in here. I mean, and to be honest, it's like I don't even really know what exactly I would want in a Resident Evil movie, because then you get some people that say, well, if they just do the game, then whatever. But, shit, man, anything except that fucking Mary Sue of a character you're putting in. One of the great things about auto-aiming is being able to switch targets, which you can't do in this game. There is no switch target button. Why would you want me to stream the Ari movies, man? I like my viewers. I don't want to hurt them. Oh, crap. Come on. There we go. Actually, the invisible prisoner you're talking about? That big bastard's right over here. And he's invisible. You can't see him, but you'll notice how James looks up, and you can actually aim at him, but shooting doesn't do anything, and I'm not entirely sure what the name of this creature is, or if it's a person, or what, but it's probably one of the more interesting things in the prison. You'll notice how the radio kind of goes off when we get into this room here. And you can still hear our invisible prisoner. And then these doors close on you. And I'm actually not sure if it's timed or what, but eventually there it goes. It just kind of opens. People Under the Stairs. I like that movie. It's a cheesy movie, but I enjoy it. But yeah, that monster right there is pretty interesting. I don't know anything about it. I guess if I had to take a guess, maybe some representation of James at some point. I mean, I really don't know. Well, what's that rap song, Damon, that they sing in the House of the Dead? Sticky fingers. Jeez. And there are actually 3 of these tablets here. I don't know if I picked up... Oh, I did pick up all 3. All right. And there's no real puzzle. What's interesting is every once in a while you can actually hear a horse kind of gallop by in this area. If my mouth isn't flapping when it happens. Oh God, you're gonna stream House of the Dead too? Oh my God. Well, I do try to keep the stream entertaining. Unfortunately, my Silent Hill 1 stream last week was pretty brutal. Ooh, nice. And the reason you're doing that, actually, is to get this item. And again, like I said, you could hear horses galloping by, and there is a horseshoe on the door now, which was not there before you do the puzzle. And we are actually missing an item, which I do believe is in one of these jail cells. It is a wax figure. I just need to figure out where it's at. There it 68 version. Yeah, I like that one. And a guilty pleasure is the 80s version, I believe it was, or early 90s version. With is it Paul Savini? Tom Savini, excuse me. The one he directed, but I do like all of those. Okay, now we will actually use the combine feature one more time. There we go. And like I was saying before, every time we jump into one of these pits, we're getting deeper and deeper into James's subconscious, and we have another pit. So, getting in there. Also, thanks. I want to say thank you to everyone that's in the stream right now. I'm trying to remember where I'm at. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. And if you guys haven't, I would appreciate the follows. That would be great. Now, you're noticing there's a lot of corpses laying around here. Pretty gross. Did it just move, or was that my imagination? Good stuff. And again, another pit. When I first played this game, I had no idea. I was like, why am I jumping in all these fucking holes? But now I understand. Getting in there, guys. And I like how they kind of lure you in here with items. Good stuff. Elevator does move on its own, and you'll notice that we are going further down. I guess they figured having another pit would be stupid, so... Unfortunately, not much else is going on. But I mean, it's painfully obvious that they're making you notice the fact that you are going deeper and deeper and deeper into wherever it is. But it just so happens to be his mind. And eventually, you do end up in a labyrinth at one point, and coming up here in a second. So you do kind of feel like you're traversing someone's brain. Go ahead and save it. This file right here, I was actually playing it on hard mode, but I had the riddle set to easy. That was a couple years ago. That was the last time I played it. And here we go. Now we're in the labyrinth. James wants me to him. And you'll notice that, other than the simple fact that, yes, these enemies are very common, but you have to remember that these enemies do symbolize a lot of aspects about James, and so you have to kind of ask yourself, why exactly did they choose these enemies? Why did they choose the enemies that are bound? it's good stuff to think about. Oops, have to reload. I don't know, why is his brain full of water? You got me. Here we go. This is an odd little puzzle right here, but just for the sake of explaining it, this head right here, when you turn it, it will actually rotate this room, and you'll notice that there are a couple of like doors here and there. And what you actually want to do is, if I'm not mistaken, you want it to be upside down, yellow eyes to the side. And that's just for the sake of having it that way. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to the way the camera moves in this scene. I'm talking about it like it's a movie.
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then...
James, what are you talking about?
Just before! Don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real. Don't you want to touch me?
I don't know.
Come and get me. I can't do anything through these bars.
Okay. Stay right there. I'll be there soon.
What's interesting about this is the way that the camera moves and pans in this. It almost makes you feel as though James is the one behind bars and not Maria. So, some food for thought right there. So that's one of the things I really do enjoy is you sit there and you're like, oh, she's behind bars, but if you really pay attention, you're just like, well, wait a minute, this doesn't look like she's the one behind all of it. Behind the bars, that is. Brisk jog down in the middle of nowhere. And you are very right, technically he is behind bars. Fucking sound effects and shit down here. There we go. And you use your little snips right here. Videotape? Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but You do have to watch the videotape, so I don't believe that it does influence the ending. Again, this is pretty much a labyrinth, and you'll notice that unlike other areas, you know, there's no map, but as you move around in here, the map kind of creates itself, you know, and how would James know where he was in relation to everything, you know? So, just interesting things like that you notice. And I don't believe I actually checked, let me see. Okay. Have our note. I'm actually probably going to go for the good ending. I'm going to check my picture of my wife, my dead wife. So, let's just look around. I hope Downpour's a good game. As far as what I thought of Homecoming, I didn't enjoy it too much. But I'm not going to sit here and bash on the stream or anything. Let's try not to. There were just a lot of things like it I didn't enjoy. But if you like it, hey, thumbs up. I'm not going to sit here and say. I'm just glad people are still enjoying the series. For anybody that just kind of hopped in the stream, the reason I have way too much ammo is because I accidentally left on ×3. At this point, there's no reason I gotta turn it off. So it's just whatever. I'm unintentionally cheating. I apologize. And this is the last area, I believe, that the Mandarins show up. The guys that are underneath the floor. Yeah, and that was one of the things I didn't like, because he just kind of shows up. I don't know. I was waiting for him to wave at the camera, you know. It's just kind of like, hey guys, remember him? Remember Silent Hill 2? Whatever. Bogeyman, as they call him. This place is pretty much a maze. Actually, let's say I think my gun only has one shot left. In on normal, for anybody that's hopped in the stream, most enemies only take about 3 shots, and then they go down, and you just kind of give them a kick. I believe I went up this ladder already, but... Oh, no. You know what? Let me just save it so that, just in case something happens. You'll notice that I've been streaming for a lot longer than the game says. You know, it says 2.5 hours. The reason that that happens is this game actually does not count your the cutscenes. The game doesn't count cutscenes at all. Oh, okay. The game likes to do this, but I believe it says something to the effect of the body of a man later identified as Thomas Orozco, lumberjack, something. He was, yeah, okay, blah, 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 he was stabbed to death, a whole bunch of other crap. So, why is this here? I wonder. look, more newspapers. Subtle hint, subtle hint. And this is actually a good enemy to use the shotgun on. Boss version of this enemies. Normally, when you fight these enemies, they go down pretty quick. There we go.
Are you okay?
Bitch dropped that TV on him.
Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like he always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela.
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never...
Okay, now what this enemy is actually called is Abstract Daddy. Obviously, this is one of the enemies I mentioned that is tied to another character, namely Angela. So it's very obvious what her character's, I guess, trauma is. If you guys didn't pick up, I mean, if you notice, this room feels very organic, and there are pistons going in and out of holes, and the only thing she was talking about was sex. So it's very obvious what's going on in this room. And if you watched how the camera was panning in this scene, you'll notice above them, actually this whole room is pretty much a giant cylinder. And there's like a lot of scar tissue and everything here. So, yeah. I'll let you guys stew with that for a while. So this is what I was talking about when I say that I really like this game in particular of the series, is that they really do talk about some really just fucking taboo stuff in games. I mean, you don't really get this in Mario. This is an interesting, like a hangman puzzle. Thievery is a thief. Murderer. Kidnapper. And these arson. These figures, their orders do change, so you do need to come into this room and check. And this is an actual puzzle right here that you need to figure out. And what you are trying to do is figure out who the innocent man is. And you do that by reading this little puzzle here, and which I'm just probably going to skip through real fast. You know, they kind of tell you about a whole bunch of things. And depending on which difficulty setting you have it on, it is different. For normal, just to ruin it for everybody, it is always the arsonist. If you do the puzzle wrong, enemies don't literally spawn in the room, but enemies will show up. There we go. Got the key of the persecuted. You know, not a terribly difficult puzzle, but it is interesting. And you do need this key for these set of handcuffs right here. Yeah, I do like mystery puzzles. Mystery puzzles are fun. Let's go ahead and unlock another part of James's mind, shall we?
Maria? Maria? Maria, no! What happened to you? Why? Why?
Good one, Skater.
Mary.
So, obviously, Maria is dead again. I don't know if you guys picked up on it before, but the first time she died, he immediately thought of Mary, and this time he did also. So, kind of give you guys a little clue as to why, you know, that keeps happening. You know, it's symbolic, obviously. They're not just doing it just to keep screwing with you. I mean, they are trying to screw with you, but. There are some just items laying around in here. And again, I'm going to go ahead and say I really don't care what my score is. So, music's great in this game, isn't it? They do a great job of capturing the mood. Will I go down? Yes, I will. Again, going down. And we're about to come to a crescendo for a character here. And I noticed I didn't pick up the hunting rifle. James runs kind of weird with the shotgun. It's kind of hard to see right there.
Eddie, what are you doing?
What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you. Well, maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And the corpse can't laugh. From now on, if anyone makes fun of me, I'll kill him. Just like that.
Eddie, have you gone nuts? I knew it.
You too. You're just like him, James.
Hey, I didn't mean anything.
Don't bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James.
I don't know if you guys noticed the way the camera was actually moving when as we sit here trading shots. Hunting rifle does wonders in this section. Oops, I just passed all my health up, didn't I? But the way the as he cuts to the door real quick, the way the camera was moving, I mean, he's clearly, I mean, obviously he snapped, but the camera was using very quick shots of things. You know, he's completely gone at this point, and unfortunately, he's got to go down. And again, I don't even remember where the hell I wouldn't be surprised if the sword does take him out in one hit. I don't even think I picked that up either. Whatever.
Do you know what it does to you, James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look, after you've been laughed at your whole friggin' life. That's why I ran away after I killed the dog. Ran away like a scared little girl. Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts up. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. He's gonna have a hard time playing football on what's left of that knee.
You think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people. Don't you know that? Let's party!
Come on, Bennett. Party. Wait, how long it takes James to cock the shotgun. It gets a little frustrating sometimes. This kind of bops me. And I do believe that Eddie does have a set amount of ammo. Again, this fight's a lot easier if you have
Eddie? Eddie?
That shotgun blast hurt you much?
I killed a human being. A human being. Did you really die 3 years ago?
Just walk over his corpse real quick. There we go. Pretty much. And I don't believe anything's here, but it doesn't take a genius to kind of figure out what Eddie's all about. You know, obviously he's been picked on. He shot a dog and he shot a guy, and he got scared. He ran away and ended up here. And unfortunately, cost him his life. So this is an interesting little section because the game actually times you on how long it takes for you to cross the lake. I don't believe it affects the ending at all, but it does affect your final score. So if you're going for a final score or a run, you know, a quick run, you kind of want to figure out how to do this as quickly as possible. And it's fairly easy. All you're trying to do is find the lighthouse, and it does shine a light, and obviously just keep heading towards it. So once you get there, all you have to do is kind of, you know, tape your analog stick forward. And I'm actually turning at the same time I'm going forward at this point. There it is. So all you do is head towards that. There may be some strategy as to how to do this quickly. I do not know what it is. So this is usually just how I do it. No, it wasn't just the dog. I mean, he shot the dog. I think he had just snapped at that point, you know, just picking on an animal, you know, smaller than him, and then I think the